So, and anybody else have any?
So what's the $1,000 annual fee for?
That's the maintenance of the module. Like when you
But what do we mean by that? I mean, I work with software. What do we mean by that, really?
So, like for our accounting software, for the tax software, the assessment software, we have annual fees that we pay those providers for the maintenance of the program. So every year they're coming out with upgrades. So by paying that maintenance fee, you automatically get those upgrades. And then when you're working with your programs, if you have any issues and problems, you call in and they have support people that assist you with any of those issues.
Mm-hmm. So it's a one-time fee of $5,000, an annual fee of $1,000.
Correct. So they're giving us a $500 break on the software fee, and then for next fiscal year, we would just be required to pay half of the annual maintenance.
Okay. No, I don't have any more questions.
So I have a few concerns with this. The first one being, I too was wondering about the cost savings, and I didn't see any referenced in the summary. So I went back to the budget book and I looked at where there could possibly be savings and didn't see any, because I believe everybody that works for you, Anna, is non-exempt. So there's no overtime line item in your department. So it isn't as if we're paying overtime to get this work done. It isn't as if we're calling in temporary support to come in and help out. It's something that your department has been managing for the past several years, even though it's onerous and probably not fun. But my concern is, starting next year, we're budgeting $45,000 every year for the next 3 years to upgrade our accounting system. So when you say in the letter that this interface can be utilized when we upgrade our accounting system, I would imagine that would only be if we went with the existing software vendor. Since we don't yet know who that software vendor is going to be.
Any software vendor any accounting software vendor we use, because I asked that fee, knowing that we were discussing going to another accounting software company, I asked, I said, well, if I use another software, am I going to have to pay this fee again? And they said no, they will transition it to a new accounting software system.
If we go with that software vendor, what if we pick a completely different software vendor?
You mean accounting?
Yes,
No, they informed me that it would move with us to our new software.
Well, I spent a lot of years managing financial system implementations, and I have never seen where one software vendor's interface or module could work with another software vendor's module without a lot of, coding or, a lot of extra work. So I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. I trust that you asked them the question and they told you, what it would take to get this through, but I'm not sure I feel comfortable with that. So because we're looking at upgrading our accounting systems, I feel like this is just maybe putting a little good money after bad, and I personally wouldn't be in favor of this at this point. I would, as awful as it sounds, I'd just like to continue to limp along a little bit until we can get a better solution.
And I actually feel the opposite, in the sense that I think it's a good move to do this. If it's going to help with efficiencies in the office and allow employees to be taking on other responsibility, it might not result in a measurable widget in terms of overtime. It would allow other responsibilities to be undertaken, and I think it's a small amount to make an office run smoother and to help out and assist. So I would be for it.
I would agree with you, Beth.
Okay, so are we ready to take a vote?
Yes.
Okay.
I move to approve special appropriation and transfer of $2,250 from account 01-01-120-300-500 parentheses contingency to account 01-01-118-200-215 parentheses maintenance office equipment end parentheses for the purchase and installation of the bridge, quote, quote, from the state system, from the tax system to the accounting software system for approved efficiency.
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Abstain? Okay, motion carries 5-1-0. Moving on to new business item B, special appropriation, $6,453. And I.
Hello.
Hi,
Good
how are
evening.
you?
Good. Chris Taylor, East Sun Fire Marshal's Office, Emergency Management.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We are recipients of a grant
Yeah.
of $6,453.23, and it specifically goes to furniture in our Emergency Operations Center. If you've had a chance to tour there recently, we've just installed new carpeting. If you remember in our budget last year, there was tears all through our carpeting and duct tape. We were budgeting for duct tape, let's put it that way. There's duct tape everywhere. The same could be true for some of the chairs and some of these folks, especially when we get into emergency situations. They were there for a long period of time. But just common everyday things, the chairs, the filing units, and you see the list here. And Chris is here to answer any specific questions you might have on the items. These are fully being financed through a grant.
I don't,
All set?
I'm for it. It's a grant.
Including one
You gotta
electric
appropriate it
stick.
in and spend it.
Thank you.
I do have one question.
Sure.
On the first page, or is it the second? Maybe the second page.
Yeah.
It looks like we were also awarded $33,584.24. So I was just curious why we weren't asked to appropriate that this evening. Have those funds been received or not yet?
It's yours.
I want to see the.
Oh, that'll be that.
Salary.
Yeah, that is the budgeted revenue that we have
Yeah.
in the budget for the reimbursement of
With
the
the electric
emergency
stake on
management
81.
director's salary. So if you look, in the revenues, it's included there, but these are like, extra awards that we receive that we do special appropriations for. So in other words, this one is already, the 33,000 is
Is
already
already in
accounted.
We've already,
Already budgeted.
we've already done that.
Yes.
Okay, I just didn't recall that. Okay.
That usually is like, when we start at the beginning of the budget process, when you list all the potential revenue
Revenues.
sources in the
Revenues.
beginning, whether it's from grants.
Portion of Dick's salary, well, the office's salary, comes from these grants. Just a portion.
So
Lisa?
I have a question. So I'll just say right up front, I'm good with the, what I don't understand is the process though. So maybe somebody can help me out with this. And this isn't a lot of money in this case, but I want to understand how we work. So in March, we requested support for chairs and whatnot. We got to, right, we down on the bottom, we say what the upgrades are. We submit it to the Homeland Security, right, or Homeland, yeah. And we come up with $6,453.23 July. That's the amount we request from Homeland Security.
Yes, Region 4. Yeah.
Right. And then in October and November, we have bids. Help me understand how that works.
For the
Because I'm
money-
thinking we would go for the bids first, right?
Well, we have to get the money approved through Region 4. So they
But what's the
said-
number based on? Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's the $6,000.
The 6453.
What we do is we got appropriations for the chairs and everything, then we set that up to the state. They say, yes, well, it's approved, we can go forward with that.
But where did you get that number from?
For us going out to bid and getting the project.
So the bids that you used to get to that number are not the bids that we have in the package.
Yeah, $6,453.
But if I look through what you submitted here, I can't get these constituent parts to add up to that number. And it's not a ton different.
Okay.
But the point is, how does this process work?
I believe it's from the first bid, and then when we got this, we went back out the second time to get the numbers, the prices dropped. And that's how we were saving some money on the furniture themselves.
Well, we have a quote in October of
Yep.
2016, 2 quotes.
Yeah, 2 quotes.
Well, they're all from October, I think.
Yes, they're all from October.
So I'm just kind of wondering, if we requested the money, and Mark, maybe you can help me with this, maybe this is, okay, I just
No.
want to understand how the process
No,
works.
Mr. Morris deals with the federal grants and
Okay.
and
Yeah,
all
the
that,
beginning
so
we
it
call
comes from
around,
that
we get
office.
prices on furniture, that, all the budgets get
Before you can
approved.
submit the grant,
Before we submit
you
the
have to
grant.
get 3 bids.
Okay, so I
and-
guess what I was thinking then is the prices that you get for the furniture, you would include those in here,
Yes,
Yeah.
they
But-
are in there.
but they're dated in October.
We called around, we got prices and an estimate on how much the furniture would cost. Then we got a hard number, and we got cheaper prices in
Yeah.
October than we did earlier. So the price went down, we bid down.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have buyout prices. I
Yeah,
know when
it
we
was cheaper.
purchase things, they give you an estimate, and then your buyout number's
Yeah.
less.
Yeah,
And then
So we're able to save some money on
So you
some
can
of the
save
items.
some
We got
money.
better deals, I think one of them was the 10%
I
difference.
think what you're saying, Lisa, is when you put in the original grant,
Yeah.
how did you know that you had to ask for $6,453.23?
We called around, we got prices on the desk, we got prices on the projector, the stapler. And then
Yeah.
we went back out and said,
And
we
then
need the
when you
final
get the
number
grant
now.
award,
Right.
did you then have to back it up with bids?
We went back
Two
out and got
invoices.
bids, and then.
Hard bids in terms of
Yeah.
paper bids.
okay.
So it's a
And
two-step.
now, after you purchase the equipment, you have to provide the state with the receipts, so to
Definitely
speak.
take our,
Yeah.
a copy of the check.
That's why
we
you've
take a
got the
copy
updated
Okay.
bids?
of our second estimate and give that to them, and then we get our reimbursement then.
Okay, because that was a little confusing to me,
It-
right? I'm saying,
It's kind of a hard process, because you ask for the money, you give them an estimate, and then you get prices.
yeah, I
It's
just figured the
over-
estimate that you use, and I'm
Yeah.
projecting this out to even larger purchases.
Yeah.
The estimate that you use to come up with the grant request would be the estimates that you would include in the package here. It wouldn't be estimates that we got 6 months later, because prices could even change then, right?
Definitely, sometimes it's 4 or 5 months before we get to buy it by the time we get the process.
All
you know,
right,
we
so
start
this
the
is, this is
process.
customary, the way we do this?
Yes, yeah. It's been like
Okay.
since Pearl was here doing it years back, and Fred Johnson, so.
Okay. All right, thanks. I don't have any other questions. I'm good with it.
Any other
Good.
questions?
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Easy.
So, sure, I'll make a motion to approve a special appropriation in the amount of $6,453.23 to budget account 01-70-725-224-006, NSEP equipment, and revenue account 01-04-400-401, NSEP grants, to cover the cost of the purchase of new furniture and equipment for the EOC and dispatch center.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Great. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 600.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to C, which is the special appropriation for $18,000 from the Connecticut Green Bank Rewards.
Well, folks, this is an easy one. You can make it difficult if you wish, but someone's going to hand the check.
I have a question
Well, no, and I'm not discouraging that.
about Connecticut Green Bank.
but
What
some-
happened to them?
Are you
The-
insinuating that our questions are making things difficult?
The Connecticut Green Bank is giving us a check for $18,000 because of things we've done. They're going out of existence. We have to. It's like the bank's going out of business. You better take the money out of the bank. We're taking the $18,000, and we thought best to apply it toward the green project that we have going on, which is the LEDs. We will be knocking down, if you will, the payment, the mortgage that we're getting into with the street lights. As you see, they're starting to pop around town. They're being installed as we speak this week and subsequent weeks. So $18,000 is needed to be accepted by your commission and then applied properly.
So,
And your question?
well, I know that's part of the incentive for doing the LED program, and that's part of the green incentives. My question was, because I've met with Green Bank before, and I'm wondering what happened to them. They were like on a road show there last year going around, and for them to,
I've met with them several times, actually, and this money was building up. Yeah,
was it a lack of funding? Or?
I'm not sure. I can't speak for them on what's going on and where their funding's disappearing unless you have an answer.
By the end of the year, they're going to cease to exist, so
Oh,
they
we
want
don't
to,
know
we
why.
want to
I'll
disperse.
find
I
out
don't have an
tomorrow.
answer.
Okay.
And
Just
they-
Because they
curious.
wanted more money.
So we need to go through the
When they were rolling the
appropriation
program out, it was,
process.
Yeah, and maybe everyone's using it now, and now it's not so much an
Right.
incentive because everybody's putting the solar on the roofs, and
Right.
literally every town is putting in these LED street lights and water all this other conservation stuff. So now, if everyone's doing it, is there
Somebody's
really an
got to pay
incentive?
for it.
Yeah, at some point. the money runs out, right?
Okay. So I don't have any questions.
Do we have a motion?
Go ahead.
Take
away, Jason.
I'll make a motion. I'd like to move to approve a special appropriation in the amount of $18,000 to a budget and corresponding revenue account to be established titled Streetlight LED Retrofit to assist in the payment of project.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 600. Okay, which brings us to the meeting calendar for 2017. Did everybody have a chance to review the dates and make sure there were no conflicts with upcoming vacations or school breaks or?
I never plan that far ahead, but, no,
Did anybody have any questions or concerns?
No.
Did you want to coordinate
I
something
didn't
with
have a
Howard
chance to
together?
review it, but
But I don't know what those dates are
I
yet.
did, I have the dates.
Because your
So-
commission typically meets on, they are Wednesday dates. I mean, usually the commissions that fall on Mondays sometimes run into that, or sometimes November 11th ends up on but in your case, I don't see any major holidays falling in, and you should keep to your regular schedule.
There wasn't, and I
as per
checked,
the
I didn't
charter.
see that there was a conflict with school breaks. However, 3 members of this board, as well as yourself, belong to Power of Together, and they also meet on the second Wednesday of every month. So
no,
I,
every
Every
quarter.
quarter.
every quarter,
Yeah,
yes.
four
And we
times.
were all there
So-
last time because
right.
we could be.
And we're all not there tonight.
So there are 4 dates on this calendar that conflict with that, so I was wondering if there was
Or
any.
just move it up to 7:30 on those dates. Because if you're in and out there, it's not a long meeting. But,
Well, we
or
were
there
there,
might be just be one missing.
we were there till 8 last time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's important enough. I just thought since four of us are members that it would be kind of nice to support that and maybe
I
maybe
know.
go to a Thursday night, if that was possible.
Or what do you think
Well,
about?
there's other commissions, and that's
Yeah.
the concern.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
What
a
about
concern
the
of the
first
public.
Wednesday of those months?
Board of Selectmen.
Their first
And the
First and third.
Okay.
First and third.
And
Yeah.
we can have this. Let's have this discussion. Your timing is very important because we're going to selectmen, usually your board, and then we're going to town meeting on many appropriations, as you know, almost every month of the year. So the flow of the meetings is very important. Going from Wednesday to Thursday is no big deal, but then you're running into zoning being in this room that night.
Mhm.
And of course, they have lots of big public hearings with,
Yeah.
a lobby full of people. So, and
All right, well,
and
I
then
thought
the
it was,
bouncing of the time can be only
yeah.
confusing for you folks. Never
Right.
mind the general public that is trying to tune in
Hmm?
live.
Pardon?
Well, no, it's a good discussion to have, but I
Yeah,
see your point.
yeah.
It's kind of hard to
Consistency is
change.
kind of key, and
Yeah.
they'll still take our checks.
Yeah,
Yes, they will.
but I want
pay
to get
no
my
matter
vote
what.
in.
I know.
It's the vote.
I know.
Okay, well, I thought I would throw it out
Yeah,
there.
thanks for thinking about that,
I see it
Camille.
doesn't make a lot of sense, so if there's no other conflicts or requests, do I have a motion to approve the calendar?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay. Motion carries 600. Okay. Which brings us to board comments. I'll start to my right with the new member, Mr. DeRosa. If there's
Well, that's
anything that you
unfair.
would like to, address the audience or the board members, feel
We're on
free.
TV. Okay.
pardon, we're on TV?
Yeah. If you have anything to say, you can say it
You're
now.
famous.
No, I appreciate the vote of confidence, and I
Okay.
look forward to serving with everybody, and,
Very good.
Yeah, thanks.
Mr. Weber?
Did we have meeting minutes that we were supposed to approve?
No,
Not
it's a
on the
special
agenda.
meeting, so we typically wait until the next regular meeting,
Okay.
as well as public discussion doesn't usually be allowed. Or
Okay.
is usually
No,
not allowed.
that was my only question, was I had meeting minutes. I didn't think we were approved yet, that's all. Thank you.
Good luck to the new chairman, or chairwoman, I should say. Chairperson, is that?
And I just thank the board for their support for my position here and for putting me forward as chair. I'm grateful for that. And good luck, Camille.
Oh, thank you. Beth?
Well, I don't know. Welcome back, I guess, from Barcelona. I'm from Milwaukee. Ooh, sob, sob. But other than that, here's to a wonderful, productive budget year.
I'll second that.
Forward to it.
Okay, and I just have a couple of things. First, I'd like to thank the board for your confidence in me to lead us through what promises to be another challenging budget season, and I'm very serious about that. It's going to be tough again. Congratulations again to Mr. DeRosa for joining us, and Anna, if you could please provide Mr. DeRosa with some materials to get him off to a good running start, which would be maybe the town charter, maybe the link that Lisa investigated regarding the handbook for boards of finance for Connecticut.
We put that on the town's website under Board of Finance.
Okay,
So
great.
it's there.
That link is there?
It is,
Okay,
yes.
And the
so-
charter's on the website as well.
The,
Okay.
would you like a hard copy?
No, I'm fine with the website.
Okay. And the other thing I wanted to mention was, I went to the town clerk to ask for the bylaws for the Board of Finance, and curiously, none existed for our board, although it existed for every other board in town, so I'm not really sure what happened there. So I would like to put something together between now and the next meeting, and everybody can take that away with them and review it, and maybe if there's changes or if there's agreement to it, then maybe we can make a motion to make that part of the public record and file it with the town clerk at the January meeting.
Which
But
is typically when it's done anyway, so you're right on schedule.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
good. One of the changes that I would propose again at that point is to rename the secretary to the vice chair as one, and then the other is to follow up on Mr. Weber's concern about how meetings are run in the absence of the chairman and vice chairman, so we can hammer that out and see what makes the most sense and how we want to operate going forward. Other than that, I just want to say thanks again, and that's all I have. So, yes, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 600. Thank you.
Night.
Very nice.